I'm Kary Witt. I'm the manager of the Golden Gate Bridge. I've been the manager here for 18 years. I have 27 years with the Golden Gate Bridge District, and I've announced my retirement. I'm going to be moving on to other things, so as you can see, I'm cleaning out my office and packing up a 27-year career into 3 banker boxes, which was what I was told by my wife. That's all I'm allowed to bring home. I started here in the summer of 1990, and I actually answered an ad in the newspaper for a health and safety engineer to help the Bridge District with some of their environmental health and safety things that were going on. They were getting involved in lead paint abatement on the bridge, and I had an expertise in that area, and so my good fortune, I answered an ad in the newspaper. You know, the district has changed a little bit. It was a little bit of the Wild West in those days. It was a lot of fun. We were painting this bridge off of swing stages and open abrasive blasting, and things have just gotten much more regimented, much more precise. It's a much more professional, I think, organization 27 years later. Today we do bridge maintenance off of very large-scale platforms that are suspended from the bridge. They're fully contained, so the atmosphere inside of them is completely controlled for humidity, for dust control, for everything else. It probably increased our productivity in terms of corrosion protection on the bridge by tenfold. We've also been on the cutting edge of trying new paints and coatings. We've been involved in a lot of research projects, and that's been exciting, and I think it's made the bridge is in better condition now than it was then. Every day you can count on something happening that you didn't think was going to happen. Oh my God, the wildlife we've had on the bridge. We've had deer crossing the bridge in the middle of the evening commute. We have had coyotes on the bridge, but the best one was the day that we had to wrangle an ostrich that had escaped from a van that was transporting ostriches across the bridge, and one of them got out and was running around on the bridge. And what a spectacle that was. And our people actually got out there and wrangled this ostrich and got it back into the car. In response to the events of September 11th, 2001, we went from a very small department of 12 or 13 sergeants and lieutenants to a full-fledged quasi-police department here at the Golden Gate Bridge with 34 now uniformed officers, and really changed our mission from responding to little petty things that go on the bridge to being a full-time, very well-trained, professional protective force for the bridge, and I'm really proud of that organization that we've built around bridge security. I'm also really proud of the relationships that we've formed with the other agencies who have a responsibility for bridge security. The Highway Patrol, the National Park Service, the United States Park Police, the Coast Guard. We work hand in hand with those people every single day, and we have developed this security coalition that is federal, state, and local, all working together hand in hand on the same piece of property. And it's remarkable. And I say with some authority because I'm involved in this at a national level, I think we do it as well or better than anybody in the country. During my time here, our roadway service patrol has answered over 125,000 calls for service. And that's everything from flat tires to people out of gas to major accidents and vehicle fires and everything in between. 125,000. You know, it's just incredible, and that's a daily beat. It just keeps going, and it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in all weather conditions, it just keeps going. You know, we save hundreds of people every year who come here thinking about jumping off the bridge, and we're able to intervene and successfully get them off the bridge, get them the help that they need. And so, you know, the untold story is, yes, a number of people do come here and jump off the bridge, but you know, in any given year, we save 150, 160, 170 people, and there's a tremendous amount of satisfaction that goes with that. Almost from the day I got here, working on the safety end of things, we were working on the movable medium barrier, and this goes all the way back to 1990. And the district was doing crash testing in Rio Vista with barrier systems. I was actually a part of that project for 20 plus years before in 2015, it was finally installed on the Golden Gate Bridge. And so to see something like that come to fruition after working on it for that long there's a tremendous amount of satisfaction in that, and seeing that barrier out there now and seeing how well it works. And I'm so proud of my people who have learned to operate it flawlessly. That's been cool. In my 18 years here at the bridge, we've had over 800 special events with a total of over 750,000 participants. And that is things like marathons and bike races and running events and big protests and all of that. And it takes a tremendous amount of coordination and planning and execution to have that kind of thing go on and have it not make the news. You don't hear about it. We were the first bridge in America to convert from cash toll collection to all electronic toll collection, and that's exciting. And now we're out for procurement for a new toll system which will usher in yet another evolution, and that'll be open road tolling, where there won't be a toll plaza. People will just roll through and the tolls will be collected by equipment that's up in a gantry over the roadway. You roll through at highway speed and pay your toll. And what has been neat also is that I've had an opportunity, and the Golden Gate Bridge District has given me the opportunity to participate in the development of those new technologies nationally and internationally through the IBTTA. I had an opportunity to be the president of the International Bridge Tunnel and Turnpike Association in 2009. I've been on their board of directors for 10 years and have done a lot of really exciting things, and that is really where these technologies have been born and where they have been nurtured and perfected. And to be able to learn about these things and then come back to your own facility and implement them is really a neat idea. It's bittersweet. You know, first of all, I haven't had a new job for 27 years. So the idea of waking up in the morning and not going to the Golden Gate Bridge is going to be really, really strange for me. I've worked for 3 general managers, 4 district secretaries, 4 chief engineers, 2 attorneys, 2 auditor controllers, 9 other deputy general managers, and I've had 20 different individuals on my own bridge management team in my 18 years here. My greatest satisfaction has been just the relationship I've had with those folks and all the people that I've gotten to work with here. What I'm taking is a chance of walking away from probably the best job in the public sector in America, and a job that I have loved every single minute of, and stepping away from that into something that's a little bit unknown. It's kind of scary, but I like to challenge myself, and so this will always be my bridge. I will always be the former manager of the Golden Gate Bridge, and so you know, till the day I die, it'll be there. If you're lucky enough to work at the Golden Gate Bridge, we talk about the bridge. And the bridge, when you say it to most people, it means that big chunk of steel out there. And it's impressive, don't get me wrong. It's iconic, it's wonderful, it's a huge, incredible achievement. But when we talk about the bridge, it's this thing that is the sum of all of the people that have ever worked here. It's the sum of all the stories of things that have happened here. It's the sum of the truth and of the myth and the legend and the folklore, and it all gets mixed together into this thing that is the bridge. And we don't spend a lot of time trying to figure out what's truth and what's myth, because when you put that all together, it's magic. And I've been so fortunate to be part of that magic, and I will miss that. That's not something you can duplicate anywhere else.